Aquarius, this is definitely a week you want to watch out for. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. There's always an extended reading, which I invite you to. The link is below. You can also join my Unbound membership here on the Born Without Boundaries Tarot channel, which offers you unlimited access to the extended readings, all the extended readings, all zodiac sign extended readings, as well as all the other perks that come along with all the other membership levels. So check that out. Aquarius videos come out every single Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. So remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. There's always, a daily tarot card reading. I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation. I'll attach that link above. If you'd like to join me over there for a daily tarot card reading live chat, I'd be happy to have you. We're going to start off with the astrology, Aquarius, and then we're going to move into the oracle and tarot cards, okay? So this reading comes to you when it's meant to come to you. You know, if it calls to you, it doesn't matter if it's a year after the posting date. The astrology is definitely time sensitive, but then at least you'll know when all this energy kind of started. Sometimes it takes a while for the wave of energy to reach you, and you can measure kind of like what you've been doing in that time. So the astrology this week, affecting Uranus and Saturn. Saturn was your original ruling dignitary, and certainly anything that Saturn does is still going to impact you. And Saturn has a square to, of course, North and South nodes now. We know this is a year of karmic check-ins and realignment. But there's also a square to Mercury that's in retrograde. This is some pretty harsh energy and will definitely impact, especially conversations that you may have when it comes to superiors or people who want to take authority over you, or you feel are taking authority over you, or remembering what they said, or any of those obligations. This could also be some sort of bad news that's being delivered as well. And that can come full gamut of all different kinds of news. What's impacting Uranus directly is that it is in opposition to the South Node, which means that it wants to change. It wants to change what's done before. It's sick of the continuity of what's done before. It's ready for change. It's urgent to change. It wants to change. And this has been something that's been pretty consistent for a while now. So that needling, that nagging underneath your skin to be different, be able to, it's not just be different, it's be able to be free, to be your unique self and do things in a completely different way, or even in some ways feeling like you don't fit in the way that you want to, or the way that you used to. You just don't fit in anymore. You could be just having those kind of feelings. What's going to exacerbate that now is the semi-square, which is not, it's not as harsh it's not as challenging of an aspect as a square or an opposition, of course. It's a semi-square though, so it's kind of, it's bothersome. And that's the semi-square between Mars and Uranus at the beginning of this week. That's a challenging aspect because it kind of makes you lose your mind, not lose your mind really, but when it comes to, I just want change and I just want it now, I want to do things differently, being very sporadic, being very reactionary, being very impulsive when it comes to do something new, make something change. Lots of times Uranus, especially lots of times Aquarius, if you look around, you can't always make something change. You can't always make the change happen. Just because you see it, and you may be completely right, doesn't mean everybody around you is ready to see it or ready to agree with you. They just might not be where you are right now. And so ultimately there is going to be the necessity for patience. It's going to be difficult. With Mercury in retrograde square Saturn, it's going to be like nails under your skin. You're not going to want to wait for anything. You're going to feel like you're pressured into everything. You're going to feel like something's grinding over you, constantly looking over your shoulder, always reminding you of how compressed you are, always making you feel like how set upon you are. What's the best way to describe it? Yeah, it's gonna, It's going to feel like that for the next week. Because Saturn is square to Mercury, I think, for the next week. But that semi-square between Mars and Uranus is going to exacerbate that feeling of, but I've got to react. I've got to rebel. And that's the thing, is almost like rebelling without cause. It's like rebel without a cause. It's like, even if you have a cause, do you have sort of the grounding that you need to know how to execute things correctly? And there is, contextually speaking, just some things that you could be ready to jump into that you're really not ready for. The specific needle point or nagging point is revolving around your sexuality or some sexual aspect in your life or theme that's going on in your life right now. I don't want to be the same. I don't want to be what I was. I don't want to have to be forced into this box, or what other people expect me to be, or what even in some ways I've given people the impression of. This could, of course, impact your relationships. So let's get into the cards. Aquarius. All right. So we have transformation is beautiful. And this is going to be the first thing on your mind. Now, transformation is beautiful. So this is a transformative period in your life. This is also scorpionic energy. Something that you have repressed is coming out because you're letting it. You're allowing it. This is a cocoon that's opening up because it's sick of being smothered. So this also can speak to you getting a second chance on something, or maybe you getting the first chance in your life to actually be open and proud of everything that you are and everything that the you that you designed instead of the you other people designed. This is also awakening, so it could be you realizing or finally coming into your sense of consciousness that something's got to give, something's got to change. You know who you are, your true self. There's liberation here. We have watch and wait. This is Pisces energy. It's interesting that you're dealing, so this is about repressed emotions that are coming to the surface. Because Pisces has to deal with emotions. Scorpio has to deal with repression and hiding things. So it's almost like hidden emotions or hidden feelings. Watch and wait. Transformation is beautiful. So whether this has to do with you or somebody else, because it may not have to do directly with you, it could have to do with people around you. But they would definitely be impacting your life. So this is definitely the energy of somebody who has waited a long time, repressed things for a while, and now can finally speak about it, say something, do something about it, or be who they are. These feelings are coming out. You knew it was going to happen. Maybe in some ways you were even waiting for it, but what could you do? Like I said, sometimes you can't make people change. So it seems like there's somebody here that you may have given advised to change their mind or do things differently or see things in a different way, in a different point of view. You may have begged them to do this, but ultimately you can't make somebody change, and so you have to just have faith. There seems to be faith here because this is Piscean energy, this sense of, okay, I'm going to watch and wait and, hold on, excuse me, see what somebody can do, see what somebody, see if they come around, and they are. Honestly, I think you impacted them more than you realize, or more than they at first showed you. Whatever context this is right now, I don't have any specifics with this romance, business, friendship. It's whatever you can feel inside of you. Oh, I know what she's talking about. Like that's what it pertains to. But they're absolutely going to demonstrate, show, and reveal. And I think that that's the big thing. It's not going to be this subtle thing. There's nothing real subtle about this week with all the energy if you look at it lined up. it's pretty blunt and overreactive and highly energized, almost like I would say a live wire. So there's no way that if it comes out, it's going to be hidden. It's not going to, or it's going to be enigmatic or in any way something that you'd miss or something that other people could miss. This is a revelation because it wants to be revealed. It really does. Somebody's been burying something. Then we have give with gratitude and grace. This has to do with philanthropic charity efforts. This has to do with putting your whole self in. This has to do with giving your all. So you definitely gave your all. You put everything you could into changing this person's mind and making them see what the right thing to do was. But ultimately, you still can't make that decision for them. But I'm telling you, there's going to be a change of heart here. That's interesting, right? Trust in the great mystery. This is 6 + 5 is 11. Whale energy is about just trusting and throwing yourself in. And I gotta tell you, it's like baptism. It's like healing yourself, being able to renew, start over, and even reconcile or ask for forgiveness. What do they call it? Reconciliation, going to confession. That's kind of what we have on the table right now. Somebody is going to confession. Somebody is going to admit something, say something, do something, come out with something, reveal something, show something, go public with something. This is somebody that you have coaxed, not to convince, but to encourage. Hey, do the right thing here, or you know what's right for you. You have to live by what's right for you. You can't do what's right for others. Now, I could be speaking directly to you, or I could be speaking to you how you're speaking to somebody else. However it's working, this is just a dominant energy or a behavior that's going on right now. Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Okay, we have co-create with spirit. So this is maybe it's not just this leap of faith or baptism. It's a sense of, first of all, it's a sense of reconciliation. It's a sense of something that was toxic being purged. It's a sense of a truth coming out, a dark secret that somebody tried to hide. It's a sense of God leading somebody to the light. I'm so sorry. Co-create with spirit means part of this could have been led by spirit or led by the universe. In other words, it may not be fully and completely their goodness that led them here, but spirit that actually backed them into the corner and made them realize that their life they're going to destroy their own life if they don't actually open up and tell somebody or say something. It definitely is a spiritual awakening, but there's a little tinge of fear here, like a sense of awakening to. It's almost like finally realizing that there is a spiritual world and being like, oh shit, maybe I should have been nicer to people. That kind of thing. That sense of almost like a religious moment, quote unquote, a spiritual moment, that religious moment, that epiphany, that awakening happening to you. And because of that, you realize I have to make amends. So this could also be about somebody, making amends. It could be just a whole metaphor for somebody trying to make up for what they had done, what they had hidden, and realizing that it was just going to grow and become worse in time. Okay? I'm going to tell you this. Nobody's reading, not any of the zodiac signs I've done so far, has been easy. This is a tough week. Aquarius. All right, we have once again Scorpionic energy. It's like you're trying to move forward and have a second chance at life and just go with the flow and be okay with life and see things from a higher perspective. You're trying, somebody here is legitimately trying to be rebirthed in their godly image. I'm not trying to, it's like they're just trying to be a better person. They see things from a higher perspective. It's almost like an epiphany moment. There could be an epiphany happening for somebody here. Like, holy shit, now I get it. And it totally changes their trajectory or their road, their path. There's also the Guardians here and Taurus energy. Taurus energy speaks to, I don't know, I'm going to read it. So we have the Guardians and Taurus energy. It's almost like this is the card that says, remember, not everybody is ready when you are. And don't let anybody force you or back you into a corner to make you think that because they're not ready, you shouldn't be too. And then we have that Taurus energy. Let me just read it to you because it's going to be easier. It is time to awaken your sixth sense. The innate wisdom that is meant to ground you to what is real. This can be done through the continual practice of mindfulness and meditation. These tools help to quell the ego by nature, that is by nature at odds with your inner knowing. You may also open this connection by chanting or drumming. A developed inner guidance system will enhance telepathy, expand your imagination, and keep you centered in times of confusion. I think this is when you realize that somebody that you've been protecting, or somebody that you thought was protecting you, or just the inner knowing, realizing like people's true intentions, and that they may have made you feel like you could do so much better with them, or that your secret was safe with them, when in reality, no, if you have a secret, you're not safe. And that you hold the power in your hands to change all this. It may be embarrassing or humiliating when you first come out with it, but the price that you'll pay, but that price to pay for liberation and freedom is nothing. Yeah. Somebody's coming clean, is what I'm trying to say. Then we have hug a tree, staying grounded. Gaia, what also getting grounded, connecting yourself to earth. It's almost like for so long, and this is Taurus energy, double Taurus energy. I mean, Uranus is in Taurus. So this is a sense of taking action on something that you know to be right, and finally feeling the ground under your feet, like, wow, I am stable. I give myself stability. Also, not being blocked anymore by anybody saying, well, you need me. You don't need them. You don't need them. You know, they're hanging you in midair like, see, I'm protecting you. See, I'm keeping you safe. No, you're dangling me off the cliff. This is you like slapping their hand away and then, you know, let me fall. Let me fall. And you may thud on the ground, but you're not going to be injured. Well, dude, there may be some bumps and bruises, I ain't going to lie. But the bottom line is you'll be able to stand up on your own 2 feet and not be indebted to anybody anymore. The truth is going to set you free. This is also a sense of to calm yourself, or to like sort of get right to yourself and return to your nature instead of the nature that you felt you had to adapt. And this is all, once again, by reaching or connecting with a higher power. It's also a sense of finding spirituality and finding beauty, and your understanding of beauty becoming very grounded right now. It's also a sense of needing to meditate and ground yourself, like be in physical contact with the earth right now. It'll help you a lot to basically make sense out of things. Make sense out of all these crazy things that are happening, but you're definitely reaching higher. This is about something bigger than you, that matters more than you. You realize that now, and you realize your part in it. We also have 9. Something is about to be done. It's about to come to conclusion, and it has to do with something about a pairing or a partnership. I don't know what this pairing or partnership is, but obviously there was some sort of manipulation here, or some sort of something toxicity, or you know that once you liberate yourself, set yourself free, or go your own way, or stand in your own power, you almost are certain that this is going to break this twosome up. But ultimately, when it does, 9 plus 2, that's 11. It's also going to awaken people and enlighten people. This is all about awakening. This is big news. Big news is about to drop and awaken people to all the stuff that was going on. The truth of the matter. You hold it. You hold the truth. Aquarius. Value your self-worth. If somebody has been derogatory to you or telling you can't do things or been like not just constructively critical, but intentionally critical to drag you down, this is you. You are God's precious gem. Value your self-worth. This is a little energy boost that you need to rebel, because you really do need to rebel towards somebody who is holding something over your head, who has hurt you, and it's time to like let go. It may feel like a comfort zone. It's not a comfort zone. It is your prison. So it's like you are so sick of what happened in the past. You want to rebel against that and stop being what somebody tells you you have to be. And then divine intervention is coming. So God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. Value your self-worth. So there's something coming through, or you could be this messenger for somebody else that finally makes them see, I need to help you with this. I want to help you. I want you to see that you're making these big mistakes. What this is saying, Aquarius, is you finally break through to them. And I feel like there was a similar title last week, or they finally break through to you. There is an aha moment that comes with this awakening where there is no egos telling lies on either side, but just pure, sheer truth. And we're going to get to the specifics on that. So I hope that you'll join me. Check out the link below. Yeah, come on over to the extended. I'll see you there.